NBL proved by far and away his best, averaging 24.9 points to finish third in the scoring standings. In a summer full of personal highlights, Kerle played game 300 in the NBL. He was voted the Player of the Week in round 16 and was the inaugural monthly winner of the Triple M Treasury Casino Brisbane Sports Star of the Year. His magnificent form earned him a place in the Australian Boomers train-on squad and also saw him emerge as one of the true contenders for the NBL's Most Valuable Player award to be handed out later this month. Kerle also caught the eye of talent scouts in Europe and is currently playing for Barcelona in the tough Italian competition, becoming one of the elite group of Australian basketballers to play as an import in Europe. Kerle showed true leadership qualities both on and off the court throughout the season to earn the Vince Hickey Memorial Award presented earlier this evening. And there's no doubt he's also a worthy winner of the Leroy Loggins Most Valuable Player Award. Ladies and gentlemen, the Brisbane Bullets MVP for the season 2000-2001, Simon Kerle. The Bullets faced a tough opening few rounds to the season with matches against playoff contenders the Victoria Titans, Townsville Crocodiles, Wollongong Hawks and the Melbourne Tigers, scoring their first win of the year when they hosted the Taipans at the Brisbane Convention Centre in November. The Bullets won the match 97-88, with Kerle leading the way with 26 points, while Rutherford added 23 for the home side, including 13 points in the final quarter. The Bullets maintained their momentum when they upset the highly fancied Sydney Kings the following week in a drama-charged clash at the Convention Centre. Kerle was at it again with a 32-point haul, while Loggins made several clutch shots in the all-important third quarter. In the despair of the following night, the Bullets travelled south to the nation's capital to take on the Canberra Cannons. Simon Kerle ejected for allegedly bumping and pushing a referee in the first quarter of what would finish a 2-point loss to the home side. Kerle was completely exonerated of all charges by the tribunal and went on to play game 300 in the NBL against the Melbourne Tigers in February. After winning Triple M Treasury Casino Sports Star and Mitsubishi Challenge Player of the Week for his 42 points against his old club Townsville. Kerle and the Bullets tasted sweet revenge when they trounced the Cannons 114-80 in round 19. Simon grabbing a game-high 38 points and Wade Helliwell contributing 16 in a dominant display in the paint. Randy Rutherford chimed in with 14 in the crushing 34-point victory as the Bullets completely outclassed the visitors in every aspect of the game. Helliwell emerged as a star in the second half of the season when he came up against some of the best big men in the competition, and he did more than hold his own with eye-catching individual performances. Damien Ryan and Brendan Mann made courageous comebacks from their serious injuries late in the season. Kerle topping off a sensational summer when he was offered a coveted contract in the Italian League, joining the likes of Gaze, Hill and Bradkey as one of the few Australians to be offered a start in the second toughest comp in the world. Kerle and his road trip roommate Helliwell were both rewarded for their outstanding individual performances throughout the year when they were named in the Australian Boomers train-on squad, the first Bullets player since Shane Heal in '95 to be involved in the national program. With Kerle, Helliwell and the likes of Ryan, Barlow and Rutherford already signed for next season, the nucleus of a competitive side is already in place for the 2001-2002 campaign, matching that a fierce determination to return the Bullets to the upper echelon of the National Basketball League.
The Crocs back to within 2. Wheeler trying for the quick transition. Out to Kerle, long way out to bleachers. Simon Kerle doesn't worry about that. And the Bullets out to 5 again. Oh, nearly went into orbit that one. Taken by Kerle looking for the opening. Good shot. Plenty of pressure. They finally find the hole.
It's always harder to get back into your zone from a missed field goal, but there, you got to get up and in. You can't just have a guy receive and shoot.
Oh, almost the impossible shot. It, in the end, proved to be that from Simon Kerle. Foul called on Kelly. So Simon Kerle, what's he got for tonight thus far, Mark? 10 points.
10 of the 33.
Averaging 24.1, as Bruce mentioned earlier in the game. Second only to Andrew Gaze, who's up around his usual 29s. Kerle makes the first. And This to make it 12 points, so a third of the scoring more than Simon Kerle for the Bullets.
He's been the bright spark for this group, I tell you, and I've been impressed by the fact that we all know what a tremendous competitor he is, and to go through a year like they've been going through and to keep the composure and keep going hard day to day tells me a lot about Si. And only.
Kerle again, and this time Mel Cooper scored the foul to Nisi.
You see that time, I'm sorry, Rod. That time they doubled him. They tried to trap Simon on the dribble, and he drove the big man hard. Usually the big men aren't going to be able to move their feet as quick as the perimeter defenders.
Kerle, oh, what a move.
Very good move.
Sensational. He's doing what he can to just lift up his teammates and say, come on, boys, we've got to get back into this game. I can't do it by myself. But what a move that was.
It's a really good move, very strong. Yeah, I think that's I mentioned earlier about their perimeters being able to create stuff off the dribble and find the creases. Simon is capable of doing that. They allow the spacing to afford him to do that. He will find the open man and create some scoring opportunities. Corner, I mean, he's got to be playing on the block there. He's coming from out from under the basket, giving himself an extra 6 to 8 feet to cover.
Good move into Cooper!
And be ready to move your feet laterally. But at least now David Cooper scoring, gets the Bullets' first 2 points off the bench.
And that's a nice pass to Kerle. So Kerle
up to 17 points, Rod.
Sensational performance again. Simon Kerle, one of the hardest workers in the game. If you listen to their coach, Richard Orlick, he'll tell you they've got to try and stop him training. He just trains so hard. Here he goes again. Off to Randy Rutherford. He gets an assist. Rutherford gets the points.
Done a very good job defensively on Leroy Loggins as well.
Kerle for 3. Anything you can do, I can do too. Says Simon Kerle, the standout for the Bullets.
26 points for Simon. He's had a great offensive game. He just needs some support from anybody.
Well, good one.
Jackson doesn't show any disappointment. That he's in and out like a yo-yo. I mean, and he never gets to see the ball in the low post. So
good move, Kerle. Nice fake from Rutherford, and he bangs it up. Had it down to 12. Well, that's where it's been for much of the time. Kerle for 3. Thought about it. Oh, Crawford thought he got all ball. He didn't like it.
And had the angle to tell either, but Simon goes to the back of his head. No problem with his pate. I'm sure he's been hit. There's this Mark Hinton. David Hinton, I'm sorry. I called him Steve, Bob, and John, but that's a pretty good pickup. He doesn't have much outside range, but boy, I tell you, he works it hard. He does his defense. And I think at this time, you get a score, we can get right back into this ball game.
Ian Stacker in the background there, standing hands on hips. Kerle gets hammered.
Yes, Simon, good move.
Good one again, I think, wasn't it? 5th personal. And I don't think there was much subtlety about that, was there? Goodwin thinks there is,
but he's got to be careful here to not curl a lip, or else he can get a tech.
Let's have another look at it. Well, there's no doubt about that. I don't know why you'd be upset about that call, Bruce.
Yeah, there was some contact there. Now it's 29 points for Simon Kerle. 5 above his average.
Stacker. Oh. And Mick Wheeler back out to Kerle for 3. Yes! Bingo! Kelly. He's short. Can they come up with the ball? The Bullets? Yes, they can. Kerle to Wheeler. The layup. The points.
Very nice. Very nice. Simon Kerle. Superman. Mate, if he's got Monday off, he ought to go get a tat on the other arm. Get the big S.
Work Rutherford. Kerle trying to give himself space. Goes to him, inside to Jackson! Well done, Jackson.
That's what we mean by going quick to the rim. It was a great pass by Simon, but Jackson did a good job up and beat him on the dribble. That's 4 on Hinton. Panisi will get some time.
Kerle for 3.
Here's what I say, Rod. I reckon this. I think Sai's going for 50 tonight. He's got 37 now. They're going to have to put Robert Rose on him.
Well, he's got 9 minutes left. Short. Rutherford. The quick transition, the quick release. The 3 points for Kerle. The Bullets are in front.
Oh, Simon. Well, he's got 40. I said he'll get 50. Oh, screw. A lot of teams have gone through the injuries.
Kerle tries to work inside. Good guarding off Kerle. Fadeaway jumper does well. Plenty of pressure on him. That reduces the margin to just 1.
10 Popolare Ragusa, 10 Media Broker Messina.
E 5 punti per Benini e 5 punti per Wilson. Kerle ci prova e segna anche lui da 3 punti. Un folletto saltellante questa sera, parità nuovamente 17-17, 2 minuti e 30, dall'altra parte Kerle, altri 2 punti, partita rapidissima. Volta Ragusa mette il naso avanti, Kerle contro Johnson. E altri 2 punti per...
Tempo fa Wilson non in condizioni fisiche idonee, ma questo è un grandissimo giocatore. Ragusa doveva prenderselo immediatamente a segno Simon Kerle da 2, però la sua realizzazione, 9 punti per il giocatore della mente. Ragusa sta giocando in chiave offensiva, una gran partita. Adesso arresto e tiro in corsa di Kerle, a segno, è il momento, è il giocatore più in forma dal perimetro per la Media Broker. Simon Kerle, 12 punti per lui, 2 su 2 dai 6,25. Pastore impreciso nel tiro questa sera, ha sparato a salve dai 6,25, al suo posto è rientrato un ispiratissimo Daryl Wilson. Attenzione adesso Kerle, Diapico è stato opportunamente messo in difesa da Gebbia proprio su Simon Kerle, il tiratore più pericoloso. Posizione di Johnson che appoggia, non va al rimbalzo di Kerle. Comunque spettacolare questa partita in questo frangente iniziale con Scooterberry, lo scarico fuori per Kerle da 3 punti. Simon Kerle, parità 55-55 a 8,42. Kerle sta veramente giocando bene sul perimetro con 3 su 4 dai 6,25, mantiene però 5 su 7, percentuale terrificante.
Eh sì, pari, 7,57 da giocare, di nuovo fuori dal perimetro il pallone, Kerle c'ha una mano, impressionante questo giocatore questa sera per Kerle, che non è stato il migliore in campo.
Di fila messe da Simon Kerle stanno rimarcando questo concetto. Adesso ancora finta di gambe, Kerle su di lui Tom Johnson, arresto e tiro ancora di Kerle, incredibile, fa canestro solo lui nella Media Broker e raggiunge...
Buddy Simon Kerle on the other end, he is having a stellar year, second in the league in scoring, and he has taken a lot of shots, but he has hit some big shots in some big games for his team.
Yeah, Simon's had an outstanding season this year. He played his 300th game last weekend. Probably didn't celebrate it the way he wanted to. Didn't have one of his better games, so I'm sure Simon will be very...
The Bullets, teams like the Bullets and the Cannons, they can do to you. They just throw you off a little bit. I think the anticipation of wanting to blow them off the court can sometimes lead to a bit of anxiety, and Simon Kerle hits his trademark in the lane fadeaway jumper.
The Chicago Bulls last season, backdoor cut for Simon Kerle.
Oh, nice shot. That didn't look like much. I know people are saying that's a basic layup, but I think if you were in there, it would have been in the first row, wouldn't it?
I think so. He had to get it up quick because look who's beating down on him. James Smith was coming after him. Simon knew he had to get it up quick, and sometimes when you rush him, you can just throw it over the backboard.
Exactly, because you lose your touch, and that's a good call from the referee. Often they don't call that late foul, but that was a foul.
And it definitely takes your mind off the shot when you have somebody.
See those guys.
Man, no kidding, he was tough.
Time move on the screen now.
Simon Kerle.
Tough move and shot. He faked James Smith, got him up in the air a couple of times, and Simon feels that James Smith cannot guard him. As the Kings make a quick turnover and give the Bulls an opportunity to go into the first break with a lead.
Yeah, I've heard him express that before, and he's going after him like he doesn't think he can. The Brisbane Bullets will get the last shot. Okay, nice try for a comeback there. Simon Kerle won't get this one to go because it's a bad screen from Simon Kerle. They were struggling to get a score, and he gets a good, confident score from their leading scorer, and that just really changes the mindset of your team when your scorer goes out there and gets a bucket.
And Simon's been playing so well, and for a little bit of insight on how he's been scoring and what's been the key to his season thus far, let's see what he had to say earlier.
You know, I think just to the fact that we had a lot of injuries at the start of the year, which meant I pretty much had to step up and take a considerable amount of the scoring load. And I think, you know, I came into the season very fit, did a lot of extra work with Paul Mellody, our assistant coach, worked on my off-the-dribble mid-range game. And I think just from getting that confidence in, you know, being able to shoot whenever I wanted to, you know, that kind of gave me a lot of ability to go out there and score night in and night out.
And I was a teammate of Simon's for 2 years in Townsville. One thing I must say about the guy is that he has a tremendous work ethic. He was a great partner to work with in shooting drills, and he's always looking to do the little bit extra to improve his game and his teammates.
I think the difference between Simon Kerle this year, instead of years in the past, I thought he really had a problem with his confidence. You know, he had a couple of poor games, and then, you know, that would weigh on him, and then he wasn't able to turn it around for a long period of time. Now he might have a poor quarter and he turns it around. He just, that period of his confident lapses are much shorter.
Yes, that's vital, Steve.
Continue to keep shooting. Simon explores, goes to the hole, gets a score. Simon Kerle showing you some goods tonight.
And I haven't seen Simon play in person for a while, but he's showing me a bit more athleticism than that.
But Halliwell pulls down a big one. Simon Kerle, good pass to Randy Rutherford early. Boy, I like that pass.
Yeah, he puts the onus on Rutherford, then he gives Rutherford the ball nice and early and lets him commit the defender.
One for the Sydney Kings. He's got 4 points. And Simon Kerle exploring his options in their half-court game down on the other side. Brisbane kick it over to Randy Rutherford. Another one rims out. Simon Kerle splits the defense again from behind James Smith.
Good call there from Hollywood Mal Cooper. I like to see that call made when the guy wraps around.
And Derek Rucker, you had a chance to chat with your boy, didn't you?
Yeah, Simon, we spoke about his Boomers ambitions. A lot of people have made a lot of talk about Jason Smith and James Harvey. Let's see what Simon had to say about his ambitions.
No, I don't think the team. I think the 12 Australian guys that they've had over the past, you know, 6 to 8 years have been extremely good. But I think when they pick the team of, or a squad of 25, 30 players, you know, whatever they pick, I think, you know, definitely it'd be. I think I deserve to go down there. I figure some guys like Trahera have been there over the last few years, and you know they're decent players, but I can't see how. You know, I haven't had a chance to make that squad of 25 and just go down there and train with the best guys in the country.
And Simon Kerle, and why shouldn't he have some ambitions? He's a hard worker. You know, he wants to make the Australian team just like anybody else has been born in this country.
And he has for a long time, Steve, and I really felt when we were together at Townsville that he probably deserved a look, although it was always going to be tough at that time with Andrew and Shane there. I mean, I think being scoring guards and Brett Maher also in there, there's just really a tough area to get a look. But now that it's opened up a little bit, I guess Simon feels that he's a legitimate contender, and he feels his performances have warranted a good look, not a selection, but just consideration, Steve.
And the delay is that the shot clock isn't working, so they're trying to get that technical job done here. Let's see if Derek Rucker has looked into his crystal ball of scouting. Mick Wheeler penetrates, gets Simon Kerle a look. He may have walked, but he drains it anyway. Huge shot. Let's see what Sydney can come up. They got some time. Willoughby pulls up for three. That's short.
Wow. He showed something right there. Put a couple of moves together in combination and nailed the jumper.
Simon, good feed into Halliwell, and he finishes despite some contact. Pass. Good pass by Mick Wheeler. Simon Kerle
Great pass. Sorry, Steve. Great pass from Mick Wheeler and a strong finish from Simon Kerle. But Wheeler makes that play with a great pass up the floor. We didn't see it in the replay, but Simon Kerle, and that's always not a scary, but you feel a sense of danger when you're up there trying to finish that play, and you know a big fella's hawking down on you.
And Simon did the right thing, too. If he would have put that one on the glass with his left hand, I think Frank Drimmick might have been able to get that one. He goes to the hoop in the most direct way in a straight line. And so it was a foot race, and he had the advantage. Ooh, you don't get breaks like that. A lane violation. There's another lane one. And he'll get that one. You got to figure he wasn't going to miss it again anyway. So he made the key matchup between Shane Heal and Simon Kerle. 25 and 26.
They've both been very active in the game. They won't go home tonight wondering if they left anything in the practice, because they've come out in the games and they both had a good amount of shots. They've had a crack from the three-point line. Shane will be disappointed with his 7 turnovers, but yet, you know, he's been aggressive, and a couple offensive fouls that may not have gone his way, but both have been strong contributors in the game tonight.
A Messina in quella data. Berry, poi Kerle contro Gent. Kerle fa saltare Chris Gent e lo piazza, e gli piazza una bomba fondamentale perché riavvicina la squadra di Messina, rimessa in zona d'attacco per Messina per il fallo subito da Scooter Berry. Ancora una bomba per Simon Kerle, l'australiano in una forma incredibile in questa stagione, una tripla ben oltre l'arco dei 6,25 per Simon Edward Kerle, classe 1970, australiano di Melbourne, prelevato però dai Brisbane Bullets.
E allora Bullara mordente, Clack, Morales e Dell'Agnello, il quintetto. Morales gioca, farà 31 anni alla fine di questo mese. Kerle pensa alla tripla, Clack su di lui, alza la pressione, poi la partenza sul piede destro. Simon Kerle, mano dolce per l'australiano, arrivato da 2 gare a sostituire, da vedersi, ma è nemmeno fortunato nella chance. Pensa alla rubata Ranico, passaggio sotto per Kerle da parte di Berry, poi nel traffico le mani di sfortunata Reggio Emilia, la palla va in e out, uscendo poi Kerle, prova a punirla e ci riesce, vuole il fallo sul gomito Kerle, un classico fallo che difficilmente gli arbitri riescono a notare, quello sul gomito basso. Reclama il fallo, pallone schiacciato per Kerle, che può prendersi anche questa tripla e può anche metterla. Simon Kerle. Simon Kerle raggiunge Berry in fatto chili e centimetri alla squadra di Franco Marcelletti, in fatto di punti certamente non sembra la sua migliore stagione. Kerle alza molto la parabola per evitare la stoppata di Dell'Agnello, e quando una guardia come Kerle prende questi tipi di tiri vuol dire che sa di metterli, vuol dire che Kerle è in ottima. La protesta del Pala San Filippo, Kerle è già dall'altra parte, questa volta tira lui in maniera forzata, ma per Kerle sembra che sia una giornata di grazia, e allora nuovo massimo vantaggio, più 14 per Messina, 54-40 con un solo protagonista, Simon Kerle. Terzo quarto stratosferico per il ragazzo ex Bullets Brisbane, Kraljevic, il semigancio per la difesa di Reggio Emilia. Bullara, circolazione per Mordente, Gent, avvicinamento su Kerle che difende molto bene, tant'è che c'è l'errore che forse non ha la velocità, il suo miglior pregio, il rimorchio di McKay, forse il fallo, poi Kerle, avvicinamento, mano sinistra, anche la sinistra per Kerle. (62-40), più 14 per Messina, che non deve commettere l'errore di rilassarsi perché Reggio Emilia ha ancora le armi nonostante non ci sia più gente per rientrare nel match. Kerle, ve lo dicevo, la sua miglior stagione in Australia con quasi 25 punti di media per gara, alle spalle solo di un fantasmagorico. Kerle, avvicinamento, scarico per Grappasonni che prende un tiro morbido. Chris Clack ha commesso fallo, Cristiano Grappasonni che è sempre sanguinante dal labbro.
Simon Kerle dropped to the basket. Nice Nice punch from the Wild Thing. The Crocodiles now lead 118 to 105. Brad Davis on the steal. Long pass to Kerle. Kerle for two.
Simon Kerle may be one of the more eccentric players in the NBL, but when he hits form, everyone knows about it. He was awesome off the bench last week, collecting 59 points in 2 matches as the Crocs ended their losing sequence. Today, he comes up against the newly formed Perth backcourt, this season including Clint McDaniel and Ricky Grace. What will they have in store for Kerle today? Find out in the Game of the Week as the Townsville Crocodiles host the Perth Wildcats.
Wow, that was James Harper on the block shot. He's known as the Warrior. It takes defense to win this game.
Kerle count the basket with a free throw to come. The Wildcats with 9 team fouls already, and the Crocs a chance to take the lead. But that started at the other end. Here's how Kerle finished it.
Well, Simon Kerle showing his great one-on-one playmaking ability. He just made things happen after receiving that ball off a James Harper blocked shot.
We hope the scoreboard here is going to get that clock working. Kerle from the baseline over Michaels.
Well, that was Simon Kerle again shooting the ball from the baseline, driving presence only with Andrew Goodwin. But then again, who needs inside presence when you have Simon the Wild Thing Kerle?
That's it back to a 7-point game. Townsville 4 of 12 from beyond the arc. The Wildcats
might be having a quiet season, but sometimes players have big games when they're needed most.
Kerle having a good one for Townsville so far. He's up to double figures in scoring, finds an opening baseline, gives it to Harper. He's fouled by Michaels. The Cats can do no wrong. They have outscored the Crocodiles 15-2 in this third quarter alone. Kerle to try and turn it around.
Well, sometimes a double team is a good maneuver to get the ball.
1-point split. McKinnon now. Simon Kerle wants to put the move on Stewart, does. Over Rogers. That's an impressive move. Team, they need a score here to get that spark happening.
Well, I can't see Simon Kerle passing the ball off. Right now, he's going to go one-on-one against Greg Smith.
There's the time remaining in the lower left. Kerle backing his way over Smith. Sensational move from Kerle. And at 3/4 time, you wouldn't want to count the Crocs out, just 8. So it'll be a quick release shot in the opening 8 seconds here. Kerle to get it. We get a screen set. Grace guarding him. Still with Kerle at the free throw line. Goes himself on the turnaround. Simon Kerle beginning to heat up. Impressive move there. He has 19 points now.
And Harper is not going to shoot a 3-pointer. So basically all the Wildcats have to do is make sure that the Crocodiles are not free for a 3 and keep a body on Harper.
That was a tough one from Kerle. Falling away for the baseline. It counts for 2. It's a 12-point game. They were down by 26 midway through the third.
Free throws, it's a shot that's developed by habit.
Kerle on the bounce, the bounce, the bounce! They get it back as well. It's Grace working there. Here's Kerle, the 3. Yes, Simon Kerle.
Well, that was a good spark from the Wild Thing. Simon Kerle, he hit that 3-point shot again.
He is having an outstanding purple patch in terms of his form. He has now got 85 points over the last 3 matches. They're down by 11. That's
going to be tough.
Yeah. Kerle toe on the line. That was for 2. He's lit it up again, Simon Kerle. He has 30 points, 7 rebounds and 4 assists in an excellent game this afternoon for the Crocodiles. As I said, that was just a 2-point basket. 39 seconds remaining.
Well, you got to remember, Simon Kerle has scored 30 points coming off the bench. Now, would that make him one of the premier 6 men in the league?
He just about could have the award, couldn't he, as Goodwin fouls Fisher. They go